Here are the best Gabriel replacements after his shock benching in Game Week 1. And here are the 5 players that I have outlined as potential replacements for Gabriel in Game Week 2 if you are looking to transfer him out of your side. We've got Estupinian, we've got Saliba, we've got Cash, we've got Shaw, and we have got Chilwell. I think it's also worth saying at this point at the start, I don't know whether or not Gabriel is going to be a player that you're going to want to look to take out of your team. It does look like it was maybe an injury, maybe it was tactical. We're going to have to kind of wait and see for next week's presser before kind of making any rush decisions around that. If you're new to the game, that is something you want to avoid doing, because next week Gabriel could be playing. Arsenal's fixtures are great in the long run, and he might be a player that we want to keep around in our sides. But at the moment, with the information we've got, we should be looking at potential replacements, and these 5, I believe, are the best ones that you could go for. Estupinian, if you don't already own him, I think is a fantastic replacement. Yes, the next 2 fixtures are nice, and the ones after that aren't great, but he's one of those players where I think he could get an attacking return in any game. Brighton still look an amazing side despite all the departures from their team, and Estupinian today could have got himself a couple of assists, was involved in everything down that left hand side for Brighton. As you can see from his underlying data in the game, put up some very good numbers for 90 minutes, XA of 0.86, 0.11, 2 of his kind of assists that he would have got as well hit the post. Danny Welbeck and I think it was Ferguson both hit the post off an Estupinian potential assist as well. Obviously already quite high owned, 53.1%. I imagine a lot of people have him, but I think he's going to be a player that we're going to need to have in our sides this year. He looks honestly phenomenal in this Brighton system. He was exploiting the left-hand side so much, linking up well with Matoma and João Pedro when he drifted out wide. So I think he's going to be a great option to have in the long run. I think he's going to be a player that I'm going to keep and kind of rotate around in my team with a 4.5 million defender. Moving on to our next kind of suggestion, and it is Saliba. Obviously got an assist today, but I'm going to put like this out there straight away. Do not expect that from him every single week. This is a one-off. If he'd got a mega haul, I'd imagine he would have already gone up in price because everyone would have just been buying him in. All the kind of new players, people that don't understand the game would have seen that he got lots of points, got himself a goal, well, an assist, sorry, and a clean sheet, and people would just be flocking to him. Look at his XA and look at his XG. Absolutely nothing in terms of creativity. It was a Saka wonder goal that allowed him to get that assist. So it's not something that you can kind of expect from him week in, week out. I just feel that he is potentially going to be that little bit more dependable in terms of minutes. He's going to be a player that you're going to like, I feel is just going to be the player that Arsenal are like, he's the go-to. Every week, you know Saliba's probably going to be one of the first names on the team sheet, especially with this change of system as well, kind of looking to like a weird 3 at the back, 4 at the back system that Arsenal kind of played today. I think he's going to be the one that they go for. But it's a shame for Gabriel as well. Obviously played 74 games in a row without missing a game and then randomly dropped today. Hopefully it's nothing tactical. Hopefully it is injury based. But I think the move to like the lateral move to potentially go over to Saliba is one that I am considering myself. I think you still get the good fixtures. You still get access to one of the best defences in the league. But, you know, just be aware that Saliba doesn't have much in terms of attacking potential. The next player I'm going to talk about is Matty Cash. He's one of my favourite 4.5 million defenders. If you do have Saliba and Estupinian and Chilwell, this guy rotates extremely nicely with Estupinian. I think around game week 6, game week 7, game week 8, when Estupinian's fixtures are a little bit wobbly, Cash is kind of the ideal slot in, slot out player. He is brilliant as well for 4.5 million. Arguably one of the most attacking 4.5 million players you can get. He is currently playing at the moment as well. Started the first game for Aston Villa, so definitely a one to watch. If he has a really good performance as well, he definitely could be a player that could potentially enter my thought process. I've said this in one of my streams, I don't think clean sheets are going to be as big a thing this season. It seems with all this additional time that we're potentially going to have more leakages, more kind of goals in games and less clean sheets. So I think going for the cheaper defenders might be a route we kind of see later down the kind of timeline of FPL. But Matty Cash, I think, has one of the most kind of, like I said, the attacking potential of all the 4.5 million options. I think Crystal Palace as well put in a good defensive performance. Anderson and Gahey are always solid options, but I just think Matty Cash offers that little bit more in terms of attacking potential. Villa as well, very good defence under Unai Emery since his appointment. Obviously, I don't know how this Newcastle game's going because this is being filmed right now while that game's on. Hopefully it goes quite well. Hopefully they keep a clean sheet and maybe he comes into your thought process a little bit more. Another player who is kind of one of the more highly owned, just looking at the graphic, I didn't put him as highly owned because I put him at 4%, but he is highly owned, do believe me ladies and gentlemen. It is Luke Shaw. Obviously Manchester United do play on Monday. The fixtures aren't like amazing in the kind of short term. It's like a good game, bad game, good game, bad game, but United were one of the best defences in the league last season in terms of clean sheets, as David De Gea did pick himself up the Golden Glove. Luke Shaw as well has shown that he's got that versatility to play at left back and at centre back as well, and is always a magnet for bonus points, picking up assists, picking up goals as well. He is a very solid option, someone that again has crossed my mind. I currently don't have Onana, I don't have Shaw, and I would like potentially to get into that United defence, so Shaw could be my upgrade from Gabriel. I think that's a really smart move, to be honest. 5.5 million is a little bit steep, but I think he's got that attacking potential. He can get the attacking returns on a few set pieces as well, and is always a good option in FPL. Now the next one is a player I think is still going under the radar. I think after game week 1 he might be on a lot more people's shopping lists. It is Ben Chilwell. Has looked really impressive in pre-season. Obviously hasn't played the Liverpool game at the time of recording. It could have gone horrifically. If it has, click off the video, simple as that. But if it's gone well for Ben Chilwell, he's on corners, had a good pre-season, picking up lots of attacking positions as well, which is what you want to see from these defenders, especially when you're paying a little bit more of a premium for that 5.5. It does seem like he's the one that's going to be bombarding down that left hand side. Hall as well looks to be leaving for Crystal Palace, so a little bit less competition, because I just don't think Cucurella is up to it, to be honest. But yeah, I'm really happy with Ben Chilwell as a potential option. I have him already in my team. Chelsea's fixtures are amazing after game week 2. If he can pick himself up a really good performance in game week 1, he's definitely going to be on a lot more people's shopping lists and might see a price increase and ownership increase as well. So those were my 5 potential players that you could replace Gabriel with. Let me know who you're thinking of. If you do have Gabriel, let me know who you're thinking of as a potential replacement. If you enjoy the content as well that you see on the channel, please like, subscribe and comment. And it's just great to be back making FPL content and football to be back, isn't it indeed, ladies and gentlemen? But yeah, thank you very much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.